The latest generation Toyota Camry is the benchmark for family sedans. Created without compromise, it is tailored especially for the North American market. With elegant styling, spacious, quiet interior, and advanced technology, Camry sets a high standard for this class of automobile. Available in 2 trim levels, it possesses the right balance of size, performance, and comfort for family sedan buyers who want to move up to the Camry class. Sleek, refined, cosmopolitan. The exterior styling appeals to discriminating tastes. By synthesizing the best of both classical and contemporary design elements, Camry achieves that timeless and enduring visual harmony which is always in vogue. This design philosophy is evident in a strong, cohesive image. The silhouette starts low at the front, flowing across flared fenders and flush surfaces to a high rear deck that tucks in neatly at the sides. A low center of gravity expresses stability. Rounded aerodynamics emphasize width. A broad stance articulates sporty handling characteristics. And gracefully undulating lines sweep the length of the body. Let's take a moment to focus in on the kind of care and attention that's been given to the construction of the body. For instance, the way the hood curves over the headlamps creates a complex shape, and eliminating any variance in this gap is a formidable manufacturing challenge. These rubber strips improve aerodynamics and reduce wind noise. Air intakes positioned low in the front bumper allow air passage to the front brakes for better cooling, and the plastic cover underneath the bumper means smoother airflow. Even the seam where the body meets the bumper is precise and narrow. Remember, all these quality features take that extra effort. Theft protection is always a concern to customers. To address this issue, steel lock protectors inside the door prevent anything that might be inserted between the window and the molding or through the door handle from tampering with the latch. The outer door panels are pressed from one piece of metal, giving you a solid sensation of quality. And in a complex stamping process, even the inner door panels are fabricated from a single sheet. Areas where these 2 panels join together are well reinforced, further fortifying sturdiness and rigidity. This one-piece check arm made of resin requires no grease, lending it a clean appearance. And the cover on the check arm hinge is also made of resin to resist corrosion. Use of structural adhesive for bonding metal to metal in key areas reduces the number of welding spots, resulting in less metal fatigue, greater strength, and a neater appearance. All these construction techniques taken together contribute to a more exacting fit and finish, which is evident in the close tolerance of the door fit. With a low lift-over loading height and a trunk lid that lifts to almost a 90-degree angle, access to the luggage compartment is easy and convenient. The lower sill covered with plastic, the flush-mounted cargo lamp, and the fully carpeted trunk interior all present a clean, quality image. Abundant cargo space is important to Camry owners, and they appreciate the flexibility of a 60/40 split-folding rear seat. The trunk, at 14.9 cubic feet, is large and deep, and there's even enough room for a full-size spare tire, making Camry one of the few vehicles where this feature is still standard equipment. The heart of any driving experience is found in the engine compartment. On Camry, lifting the hood is easy with the assistance of gas-filled struts, which also conveniently hold it open. Then the first thing you notice is the neat, uncluttered appearance, with all components arranged either horizontally or vertically, even the hoses and wires. And for those minor maintenance items, easy-to-read labeling is positioned facing the front of the compartment. Camry offers 2 engines, an inline 4-cylinder and a V6, both of them powerful and sophisticated. First, let's examine the 4-cylinder. It's the same basic motor powering Celica and MR2, making it one of the most vigorous 4-cylinders available in a family sedan. With a displacement of 2.2 liters, double overhead cams, and 16 valves, it generates a power output of 130 horsepower and 145 foot-pounds of torque. And it's not only powerful, but smooth and quiet. Achieving this was a demanding design challenge. Generally speaking, the more cylinders in line, the smoother it runs. 4-cylinder engines, therefore, tend to be more prone to imbalances, which in turn cause vibration and noise. For instance, primary inertia forces are an imbalance caused by the crankshaft rotating. These are counterbalanced by weights on the crankshaft. Secondary inertia forces, however, are caused by the pistons moving up and down. Toyota engineers have minimized these forces by incorporating twin counter-rotating balance shafts, which are driven directly by the crankshaft via gears. Rotating at twice the speed of the crankshaft, they reduce these secondary inertia forces. But Camry designers didn't stop there in the quest for smoothness and quietness. They incorporated a cradle-type subframe attached to the chassis with rubber bushings, and then fastened the engine to the subframe with two liquid-filled mounts, plus a torque rod to control engine movement during acceleration and braking. The front lower arms and the steering gear housing are also fitted to the subframe, further reducing noise and vibration. Add to that a computerized knock control system which adjusts spark timing according to varying engine operation and fuel octane, plus fully floating piston pins, which are free to rotate in both the connecting rod and the piston, and you have a smooth, quiet engine. These advances are a good example of Kaizen, the philosophy of continuous improvement. In the case of the four-cylinder engine, the result is a driving experience that is powerful, comfortable, and satisfying. With the V6 engine, power is even more abundant. A 3-liter high-tech power plant that boasts 4 camshafts and 24 valves, it puts out an impressive 185 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque. This kind of power takes Camry from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds, and does all that while maintaining excellent fuel consumption. Power and efficiency, the best of both worlds. The V6 accomplishes this seemingly contradictory feat with advanced design and technology, such as an acoustic control induction system. The intake manifold is divided in two by a bulkhead. An intake control valve in the bulkhead opens and closes, varying the effective length of the manifold according to engine speed and throttle position. This increases power output right from low to high-speed ranges. Then there's the air assist system. Added to the air intake is a computer-controlled valve, which creates an air bypass directly to each injector nozzle. This allows air to mix with the fuel right in the injector for finer misting and therefore more complete combustion. As a result, hydrocarbon emissions are reduced and fuel economy improves. Most fuel injection systems release fuel into 2 or 3 cylinders at a time, but the Camry V6 has sequential multi-point fuel injection, which delivers the precise amount of fuel to each individual cylinder at exactly the right time, according to driving conditions. This type of injection system is normally found only on high-performance engines. It's just one more example of how advanced technology can enhance both power and fuel economy. As powerful and efficient as the V6 is, the first thing you notice is that it runs as smooth as silk, with a refined, understated authority that is smooth and quiet. This is accomplished in several ways, including a subframe engine mounting system similar to the 4-cylinder. Another reason is the cooling fan, which is driven by a hydraulic pump and controlled by computer for quiet, stepless operation, according to demand. In addition, the management of both the engine and the optional electronically controlled automatic transmission is integrated into one computer, which allows it to temporarily retard ignition timing during gear changes for exceptionally smooth shifting. Convenience was a top priority in the design of this automobile. Therefore, cruise control is standard equipment, and with both engines, it is actuated by an electric motor rather than by vacuum for more precise speed control. The 4.5-liter windshield washer container takes a full bottle of fluid, so you don't have to fill it as often. And most of the fuses are located in the engine compartment, making replacement a simple procedure compared to some vehicles. There's even a tool to help you, and some spare fuses. Camry's large body size gives it another popular attribute: a very spacious interior. In the front, large reclining bucket seats support the occupants in comfort and luxury, with lots of leg, hip, shoulder, and headroom. Even the smallest of details, such as front seatbelt shoulder anchors with lots of adjustment, contribute to a sensation that you're being pampered. The elegant dash panel, which curves around the driver, is a study in ergonomics. The heater and audio system are close and easy to reach. Switches and controls have that quality feel, while the air outlets on the dash are large with lots of adjustment. One important feature of the ventilation system is the blower, which is centrally positioned behind the dash, rather than the conventional location on the passenger side. This central position means air travel is more direct, improving the efficiency of the whole ventilation system and giving you maximum comfort with minimum load on the engine. It even allows more footroom on the passenger side. The rear seat accommodates 3 adults in complete comfort, with the kind of head, shoulder, and hip room more typically found in a mid-size sedan. The front seat back is scooped out, which helps improve rear legroom. Even foot space has been enhanced. Rather than anchoring the front seats to the floor, they are now attached to the tunnel and the inner rocker panel. When not in use, the seatbelt retracts into the rear pillar, and the buckle fits into a cache for a neat, clean appearance. Rear seat ventilation ducts keep the temperature comfortable. Camry is a true example of Toyota's commitment to dedicated design. Part of that commitment is achieved by matching Camry's power output with a suspension system that delivers luxurious ride comfort while at the same time exhibiting crisp, incisive handling characteristics. Front suspension is independent McPherson strut with geometry that features negative camber for accurate steering feel and cornering performance. In addition, firm roll rigidity is achieved by attaching the stabilizer bar and link via ball joints. The rear suspension is dual-link McPherson strut. A smooth, quiet ride is assured through the use of a rear subframe fitted to the body with rubber bushings. The lower arms of the suspension are attached to the center of the subframe. These long lower arms reduce tread variation for greater stability and ride comfort, while the distance between the arms provides torsional rigidity for precise steering feel and cornering performance. Once again, dedicated design is reflected in the tire size. P195 by 70 R14s for the 4-cylinder and larger P205 by 65 R15s for the 6-cylinder. Both tires are specifically manufactured for the Canadian market. To improve road holding ability, they're designed to become more flexible in cold weather and more rigid in hot weather. Camry is indeed distinguished by keen, sure-footed handling, the cornerstone upon which is built a safe, secure driving experience. But Camry goes beyond that by incorporating added safety features. Take the body construction, for instance. A body that possesses high rigidity is an important safety feature. To achieve this, key structural components overlap one another and are bonded directly together. With more contact area, rigidity is greater. In addition, 27% of the vehicle's weight is made up of high tensile steel sheets for even further body strength. Good visibility is also vital to safe driving. Camry's headlights have 2 bulbs per lamp rather than 1 for better light distribution. And the daytime running light system uses the high beam headlamps at half their normal brightness instead of the low beams at maximum intensity. Because constantly operating a bulb at full brightness shortens its life considerably, but if you employ the high beams, which are used less often anyway at half power, they last longer. More and more drivers are realizing the benefits of an anti-lock brake system. Compared to conventional brakes, ABS allows superior steering control in panic stops. This important safety feature is optional on all models. The Camry ABS system is further augmented with a dual load-sensing proportioning valve, which changes rear brake pressure according to vehicle load. Brake cooling is enhanced by front discs, which are ventilated, and by the underbody apron and fender liner shape, which direct airflow to them. V6 models, as well as models with ABS, feature disc brakes front and rear, another example of dedicated design. And standard on all models is a driver's side airbag supplemental restraint system, which activates in a front-end collision of sufficient magnitude to inflate the bag. In a moderate frontal collision, the bag may not inflate, and in a side or rear collision, it is designed not to inflate. Remember, the primary protection comes from the lap and shoulder belt system. More so than ever, with Camry, that legendary Toyota quality is systematically designed and painstakingly built right in. Often the results of these efforts are not visible to the eye, but they are fully evident in a driving experience that is comfortable and luxurious. You sense that smooth, quiet feeling of quality from the foamed rubber added to the center pillars and roof panel for greater sound insulation. And you sense it from sound-absorbing material and vibration-damping steel sheet, both of which are used extensively. Just listen to the difference in sound between conventional steel and this vibration-damping steel with its special sandwich construction. Camry's quality appearance endures because of extensive anti-corrosion techniques. such as wax and sealant in key areas, including the hood, doors, and trunk, as well as PVC coating on the underside of the vehicle. The entire exhaust system is made of stainless steel. Anti-rust steel sheets make up 84% of the weight of the vehicle. The lower portion of the body is well protected, with urethane bumpers, fender arch protectors, molding on the lower part of the doors, and anti-chipping paint. The door molding not only helps prevent damage, but cuts down on the buildup of dirt which could transfer to a person's pant leg as they get in and out of the vehicle. Toyota's exacting quality standards, uncompromising thoroughness, and continuous improvement, right down to the smallest of details, is why the latest generation Camry sets the standard for this class of automobile. It's also why family sedan buyers who move up to the Camry class find themselves thoroughly satisfied in all aspects of the driving experience.